she's back, but less enthusiastically. I also have 2 zit stickers on, and they're like overlapping and they look weird. So that's what that is, if you see it. Yeah, it's been about a month since we lost Pork, and life has been hard. I mean, it has been overwhelming, the grief associated with losing him. And I think I'm just really good at not thinking about it. Because when I do think about it, I cry a lot. It's like the biggest loss I've ever experienced, which sounds so crazy. Like, it sounds dumb, but like, I spent 95% of my time with this dog. Like, I work from home. I don't go out a lot. I was with him for the last 5 years so much. The grief is insane, and the hole in our lives is huge. It's just really hard. Annie's doing well. She's doing really well. It's nice to be able to spend and like focus on her, but I want him back. Here are some things that have happened since I've last caught up with everyone. Not a lot, other than crying and watching Love Island Australia. Hell yeah, new season. Also Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. What a blessing to have a new season of that during the midst of all this terribleness. I went to see 2 authors speak recently. Amy N. I am not going to say her last name. I can't say it. World of Wonders, In Praise of Fireflies, Whale Sharks, and Other Astonishments. It's like little nature essays / like poems. She's a poet. She came to speak at Aquinas College, and I went with my friend Leah, who owns the bookstore, Celerbird Books. This was the first book that she recommended as a bookseller, which is so cute. And it was like on the 1-year anniversary of her store. It was very cute. I was happy to go, and it was a lovely little talk. I'm excited to read this. I have not read it yet. And then last night I saw Leif Anger at Muskegon Community College, who wrote I Cheerfully Refuse. This is the December book club book for Books and Mortar. I really enjoyed his time. I thought he was a very interesting person. He used to be a reporter. He lives in Duluth. This book is set on Lake Superior during like a dystopian near future. I think the one thing he said that I really liked was that he interviews all of his characters to see if they like have what it takes to be a main character or even a side character. And I thought that was really cool. He like sits down with them and spends time with them, and if they get through so many questions or whatever and they're engaging, that they can make it in the book. And I thought that was cool. Other than that, I got a steroid injection in my back a couple weeks ago. I think it's kind of helping. I don't have any nerve pain running down my leg anymore, but I still am in pain in my back. My doctor kind of brushed me off this morning in my follow-up, and I kind of hate it. Scary. I got a packet. My doctor kind of brushed me off this morning. He like made me give a percentage of how much better I feel, and it's like I don't know how to do that. And I was like, well, it's good that I haven't had one pain, but I have another pain. And he's like, I'm going to count that as a success. And like, call them back if you need me later. And that sucked. I've been going to PT though, with my PT that I like. So that is good. I'm looking at my planner because I don't even remember what I did. Okay. Through the grief and the tears, she managed to do a haircut, a tattoo, a concert to see May, do a 20-year anniversary tour of the Everglow, and the Spill Canvas did a tour of, I forget what album it was. That was lovely. Wow. The May album in particular. Ooh-wee. And then I also did a dermatologist visit, got my steroid injection. I saw Taylor Tomlinson at Fountain Street Church in Grand Rapids, and she filmed a Netflix special there, but not on the night I was there. Last weekend, Simon and I took Annie up north. Simon had 2 bike events up north in Traverse City. Annie came with us in an Airbnb, and she handled crowds and events and all these things so well. We were so pleased. That's something we never would have done with Pork. It would have just been like too much for me to handle both dogs like through all these events and stuff. And that was really cool. She rode well. She did good in the Airbnb. Overall, that weekend was great. It was nice to get away. We watched Frankenstein, and I read. And Simon biked a lot. And Annie was an adventure girl. It was so good. I read. Reading has been struggling. I DNF'd The Eyes Are the Best Part audiobook. I just wasn't feeling it. I started Flashlight by Susan Choi as an audiobook recently, which was a Booker Prize. I think it was the long list for this year. And it's it's set from the perspectives of 3 characters, and I think I'm realizing I don't love that. I like to be in one person's head. Maybe 2. And it's long. It's 18 hours long, and I'm 3 hours in. So I hope I feel better about it soon. Otherwise, I might DNF that as well. I read Stoner by John Williams for the Books and Mortar Book Club. Hated it. Wow. I can see why people like it. People who love it, love it. It is well written. It is mundane. It's just the life of Stoner from the 19-teens to, I don't know, 60s, 70s, 80s. Well, when did he die? I don't know. But it's just his full life, and it's kind of miserable. But also it's just real, There's no pomp and circumstance. But I just disliked the portrayal of women. They were hysterical or lustful or alcoholic. And that's it. And I understand it was written in the 60s. It was published in the 60s. It's set even earlier. I get it in my brain. But I didn't enjoy the process, okay? Media-wise, the bright spots have been Love Island Australia, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Taskmaster has had a new season going. The last episode dropped yesterday, so we'll watch that this weekend. But I've been reading 11/22/63. She thick, but it's been really nice. I had to stop. I was really plugging along with this guy, but I had to stop reading it so I could read Stoner, which killed my momentum. So I'm diving back into this today, and I really like it. Yeah, that's what's been happening. I took Annie on a nice little lunch walk today. I'm going to head over to my cousin's house tonight to celebrate Kate's birthday. It's going to be movie craft night, eating pizza. Yay. So, yeah. Just know that any smile I have this video is overshadowing great sadness still. I have this little pork necklace, little pea. I miss him like crazy. Okay, well, happy Friday. Let's see how this weekend goes. Okay, bye. Wow. Immediately, I dove into a chore that I've been meaning to do, which is making enrichment for my dog. So frozen food in a Kong, or we put some yummy stuff on bones and freeze them. They get them. Annie gets it with dinner, and Pork fucking lived for this part of the day. We gave them to them at dinner so that they could leave us alone while we eat, because we eat on the couch. And when I made them, he knew, and he would sit and beg for the pumpkin or the applesauce or the Kraft single. There's a little kibble in there. Fuck, it sucks. Also, I haven't had to do this because we have to do it so much less with one dog. It would have gone twice as fast. It's just like everyday things like are constantly sad or wrong. This should not be an alone task. Like, there should be a drooling dog next to me, and Annie's a little angel, and she's just laying on her bed. Hi, Bet. Bye, Bet. It's Sunday. Weekend was lovely so far. Yesterday we got to see some friends that moved. Went to their new house, had a little bonfire. Got to see my very good friends and their kids. That was lovely. Did a lot of yard work yesterday. Lots of yard work. That was good. And I put up Christmas lights. I'm very proud of myself. But yeah, today it's Sunday. I woke up, I read a lot, got like 100 pages under my belt with 11/22/63. And then I took a shower, did my back exercises, and grocery shopped. And now I'm back. And then later we are going to my parents' house for my sister-in-law's birthday. We're going to bring Annie, and they're bringing the kids. So it's going to be, the kids haven't seen the dogs in a few years, which means like a lot has changed. So yeah, keep enjoying Sunday. Okay, bye. It's Monday. I just went on a lunch walk. But yeah, I set out to record this weekend and document it, and I did very poorly. I think it's just the grief still, it's not super front of mind these days, but it's always there. And when I'm having a quiet moment where I'm enjoying myself, I just want to sit there and enjoy it, because it can be really hard to have happy moments right now. I'm not depressed or anything, but everything just has a gray cloud over it, I just went on a really nice walk, and I kept thinking about how it's hard to enjoy a walk right now, because I take a different route every day, but it's the same streets, and every single speck of my walk has a memory of pork attached to it. It's really nice. I love thinking about that, and how he enjoyed his walks, but he's at every single corner and every single step. So, and I can think these things without crying, but I cannot voice them without crying. Today I was listening to an audiobook, and so I tried to stay focused on that.
So I can kind of avoid the sad / happy. But last week I took a walk and I just listened to Florence and the Machine's new album. And boy, oh boy, did I cry on that walk. Yeah, I full out cried during that walk. Just the whole route. I was like, I hope nobody gets too close to me. Yeah, it's just weird because I even before we lost Pork, I often thought about how specific areas of my walk remind me of audiobooks. Like there's one corner on my walks that remind me of Big Swiss by Jen Began, but I remember the imagery of that audiobook in my head associated with the specific corner or stretch of street. And like another one I walked by today reminds me of a Ruth, I think it was Ruth Ware, like 0 Days, I think was the book. I freaking hated it. But I think about it every time. She was trying to escape her house. She was being framed for a murder. And I remember her like climbing out a window and onto a roof, like in this specific strip that I walk. I don't know. Like, so like I know that these places and things have like really prominent memories. And like I'm like, seeing the same thing with Pork. I'm missing him. He loved his walks a lot. It was like the highlight of his day. I haven't, we took him to Aquinas College campus a lot to walk in the summer because it was really shady. It has a creek. And I haven't walked the campus since we lost him because we were walking him there very close to the end. But I went to an event on their campus a couple of weeks ago and I was like, oh, shoot. This is hard. Yeah, so all that to say, I'm having a tough time, like, wanting to document my life. I don't know. I just heated up some soup. I have Aldi raspberry rose prebiotic soda, which is so flavorful. I'm going to go back to my desk and finish out my Monday work day and just try to live. It sounds so depressing. I'm fine. It's just hard. And then I'm just gonna call it. And I might not do vlogs very much lately, but I'll do my reading stuff and we'll see where it goes. See where life takes us. Okay, bye. I'm crazy crafting. This is the workstation of a mad woman who is not organized. Here's the loot. I've been making these little fans. Been making a bunch of bows. I dehydrated these orange slices. Cinnamon. Up here I have star anise. The vision is to make some sort of garland all around here. Heck yes. We'll see how it goes. Today we decorated a little bit. I don't have a mantle, so this will have to do. Got all of our cat Milo Scraggles ringtail. And then Pork and Annie. Oh, missing Porco a lot. But yeah, Annie. Wanna go for a walk? Let's go for a walk. It is pitch black outside and it's 6 p.m.
Um, I'm trying to enjoy winter in all of its seasonal depression. I'm doing okay. I mean, like, it's hard, but we're doing okay. We're trying to be cozy. We got the Christmas tree. We got the extra lamps. We've got, I'm walking backwards, that thing. We are trying our best. I'm also trying to embrace winter. Yesterday, Simon and I went on a luminary walk in Lowell. It was lovely. It was very dark and very cold, but it was it's like a mile luminary walk through the woods. We thought we saw an owl. It didn't move, so we couldn't confirm, but I'm going to say it was an owl. So, and then on this coming Sunday, I'm going to host a bonfire on Sunday afternoon for the solstice. But here we are, embracing winter. Okay, workday's done. Simon's almost home. We're going to walk Annie together because he's going to go to Griffin's game tonight, and I'm going to do the library. I have Real Housewives of Potomac on behind you. She's dipping her toes in a new Real Housewives lore. How exciting. Well, let's go. Michael. Yo. Therapy's hard, but I'm have a headache, but I'm doing okay. But I just got a very exciting delivery. Carnies. This is a tour photo diary of the Amyl and the Sniffers US tour. This is the second Carnies book they have. The first one is like their earlier tour, I think in Australia. So this is the US, and this covers the show that Simon and I went to in May of 2025. I'm so excited. I friggin' love Amy Taylor. I think she is so cool. Just look at her. Look at her. She's so cool. I want to be that cool. Here she is. So there is like a glossary. Carnies too. Of all the shows, and honestly, so thankful. The Toronto show right after Royal Oak got canceled, and I was so afraid they, like, after I heard that, I was like, oh, how close were they to canceling our show? But I'm wondering, it's the only one in Ontario. So here is Royal Oak. So I think she was pretty sick, actually. Sounded like it. There, some hairspray. Okay, so like this is, like Simon and I would have been like here-ish. We were on the very edge of like the second tier. So I think we would have been like right here. Maybe we're in this photo. I need to get like a magnifying glass or something. Check it out. How fun. Ooh, she's so hot. Yes, yes, yes. Ooh, cool guys. Cool guys. Cool guys. What a band. What a crowd. Wow. What a butt. So fun. I like this one. Look at how dead they all look. They go like 180 miles an hour. And they all smoke. Tisk, tisk, tisk. I feel like we saw them right when they were about to blow up. How freaking cool. I got so sick after this. Maybe I got the same bug Amy Taylor had. So maybe I can't be the mad that I was sick for 2 weeks after this show and trip. You know? Oh, I love this band. I love Amy Taylor. How cool. currently reading Lincoln and the Bardo. Um, this was one of my favorite books I've read as an adult in 2018. Um, we're reading it for Friend Book Club, so this is a reread for me. And wow, did I forget that the topic is death and grief. And ooh, I shed a couple tears last night reading it. Ugh, just it's about President Lincoln's young son passed away at like 11 or something, and it's a really unique format, and it's like follows his ghost at the cemetery, and has a lot of like accounts of various like historical like writings that I don't think are all actually true. I think a lot of them are fiction just to like fill the book, but like about the party that they had the night he died, and like how like the family in the White House reacted to his death. I There's this chapter from Lincoln's perspective. This is what got me. We have loved each other well, dear Willie, but now, for reasons we cannot understand, that bond has been broken. But our bond can never be broken. As long as I live, you will always be with me, child. He also said, you were a joy, he said. Please know that. Know that you were a joy. To us, every minute, every season, you did a good job. A good job of being a pleasure to know. And then he this is kind of thoughts, he pulls his body out of his coffin, and he's like, is this wrong? And he thinks, no, he is mine, he is ours, and therefore I must be, in that sense, a god in this. Where he is concerned, I may decide what is best, and I believe that this has done me good. I remember him again, who he was. I had forgotten somewhat already. Woof, woof, woof. Therapy. Even when I don't think I'm gonna cry, I freaking cry. Put all my tissues